We pay tax all the time. Everybody have to pay tax. And the number of tax that we have to pay always higher and higher. It will never go down. The original idea of tax is everybody will give some money. It depends on your income, your ability, how much you made. And those money will go to the government. The government will use those money to develop country, develop people's life in the country, to make us have a good life, to make us happy, to make us feel secure, feel good. So we can live in the way that we want to be. And in the same time, tax money will be used to protect the country from the enemy outside, to make our country feel secure and safe. So that's the original idea of tax. But lately, tax money will be used in different way. Because every project that the government spend money for, mostly there's something behind it. There's some kind of corruption. There's some kind of thing behind their project. Most of people don't know because they make it more complicated. So it makes most of the government project spend so much money. Government will spend more money than individual people or average people buy the same thing. For example, like in Thailand, if the government want to buy a computer for every kid in the school, the price that the government paid will be higher than normal price that normal people buy 2 to 3 times. They always have some reason to explain that, oh, we need to pay tax, make tax in the right way. We pay for after service, after buy service or something. There are so many ways they can find the reason to make them feel okay to pay those money. So every government project always spends so much money because there's a margin between the normal price and government price. That money will go to some politician or some government official who involved with the decision for those projects. In the same time, most of big business, most of the corporation will have really close relationship with government official or politician. So, politician and government official will work very close with the big corporation. They will siphon tax money to the pocket of corporation with the help of the corporation. So tax money will be used a lot. For example, like in America, the government pays so much money, mainly many $billions per year to support farmer in America, to subsidize farmer. But those money did not go directly to farmer. Mostly the money will go to insurance company to insurance their crops. And most of the money will go to study or research on seeds or developing chemical or some technique for farming. So those tax money will give to researcher, give to the university, to government official, to do the research, to do development of farming technique. They use tax money, they use university that rely on tax money, they use government official, they use tools and equipment. They did the research, and when they finish the research, the patent will go to the hand of the corporation, because they use the politician to make a law. Let the company, the corporation, can buy very cheap patent from university or from institution. So this company, this corporation did not pay much money, but we use tax money to develop those things. But they will be the person who own the patent and make a lot of profit from it. The same with medicine. Most of medicine company, medical company, they did not spend much money on researching about medicine. The main person who did the research is the institution or government university or government researcher. They use money, tax money from government to do the research about medicine. When they got it, they just sell the patent to the company. And the company bought it very cheap, and then they sell the medicine so expensive everywhere. They make so much money from it. But they always say that we have to sell medicine very expensive because we did a lot of research. We spend so much money on researching. But actually, our tax money pay for those research. This is a way it happened all over. Even war. The government used tax money from people in the country to support war in another country. So when they start the war, the weapon company who have relationship very close with the government will sell a lot of weapon. So the weapon, mostly the cost to produce a weapon is very cheap. But the price of the weapon is so expensive because most of all the weapon in the market, you cannot buy it easily. It's in the control by a group of people. So every country have to use a lot of tax money to buy weapon from those companies. That's what happened now. That's why the war never ends easily. That's why when it's so quiet, when it's so peaceful, no war, this company will have no income. So they need to find a way to create war somewhere so they can sell their weapon. This is what happened for a long time. Money system is the same thing. Even pandemic, sickness, everything, it involved with tax because people want to draw tax money into their pocket. That's why tax money never go down, because all politicians, all government officials, they love to be in power so they can have a chance to use those tax money. And then they will have a close relationship with a big corporation, always like that, every country in the world. And then corporation, politician, and high-ranking government official, they are the same person. They work together. That's why they need to draw more tax from us. They need more tax. If the situation is normal, they cannot draw more tax. They have to create some kind of war, some kind of crisis, some kind of pandemic to make people suffer more, to make people have more fear, to make people feel insecure. The more people feel like this, they can ask people to pay tax higher and higher easily. So now tax, we did not use tax to make our life better. The government did not use tax to develop our life, to make our life feel good, feel happy, feel secure. In opposite way, they use tax money to make our life suffer more, work more fear, more worry, more tense, less free time, less happiness. That is the way they can draw more tax from us. So now, so many people work all the time, every day. We work more than people in the past many times. We work so much. We pay so much tax. But how many people who feel secure? How many people who feel less fear? How many people who feel healthy? How many people who feel happy? We feel insecure more. We feel unhappy more. We feel tense. We feel depressed more and more and more and more. The more we pay tax, the more we feel like this. Because tax did not use to solve our problem as before. Tax were used to draw natural resource and draw labor from everybody, turn it into money and bring it to the government. Government will find a way to create the system to zigzag that money, go to the pocket of themselves and the pocket of corporation. That's why we have to pay tax higher and higher and higher. Tax never go down. We have to pay more and more. The more we develop, we will pay more tax. The more we develop, we will have less freedom. We have less happiness. We have less security. And we have more fear, more worry, more tense. Look at most of the country. The more they develop, they need more psychologists. They have more fear, more worry. So tax is a tool to chain normal people into slaves. We were chained into slaves equally all over the world now. So I think the system is so big. The system is so powerful. Nobody can change it easily. There's no hero can change the system because it's so big. So this system cannot be solved. It have to kill itself. It eat itself. It's just going to collapse. If we let it go like this, it will make the whole system collapse. I think nobody can solve the problem alone. But many of us can do something. I think new generation, they are so clever. They're very good in technology. They're very good in information. They're very good about thinking. So if new generation be aware about this system, we can help to think how can we free ourselves from the system? How can we develop new way of living, new way of solving the problem? We will have better life than this. For me, I'm quite old farmer. I cannot think much. I did not study much. I have very low ability in technology and information. What I can think now is just think about come back to self-reliance and rely on each other more. Whenever we can be self-reliant, that means we rely on the big system less and less and less. We cannot be free from the system completely because it's so big, it controls everything already. We cannot live without the system. But the system survives because all of us support the system, rely on the system. But whenever we start to develop our skill to be self-reliant more and more and more, we rely on ourselves. We can do this, do that, do this, do that ourselves more, buy less and less, and help each other more and more. With this way, we don't need to fight with the system. We just change ourselves. If more of us change ourselves like this, we will be free independently from the system. Because the system rely on us. But if we don't rely on the system will be weaker and weaker. We can survive. So now our tax money did not help us, did not develop our life to make our life more happy, more free time, better health, have more security or less fear. But it makes us in the opposite side. We cannot surrender to this system. We need to help to think how can we help ourselves to free from this system as much as we can. This is the worry that I have the most now. So I need all of us to help to think, because my brain is not clever enough. I'm too old. So help and think. I'm sure that we will have solution for this.